Good morning, children. Welcome to our next class. In last class, you learned about scarcity of water, means, and the uses of water, sources of water, how to store the rainwater. This all you learned. Before starting our next class, we'll do one small activity. Take your notebook, pencil, and note down the different things present in your room. For example, if I take the things around me in this room, I can write many things like sofa, refrigerator, chair, table, computer, like this. Same way, you also list out all the things which are available in your room. Okay. So after dividing like that, you see there are different types of materials. Some are very hard like chair and all, and some are liquids are there in the bottle like water, juice, like this. And if I take a balloon, they are filled with air. So there are different types of materials around us. Whatever it may be, whether the material is very hard or is it in a liquid form or is the gas present in them, whatever it may be, all these materials are made up of with tiny particles. So all the materials are made up of tiny particles. So based on their properties, they are divided into three categories. In your listed items, if any flowing materials can flow easily like water, so such type of materials all you group in one column. And the materials which cannot flow and have a fixed shape and very hard in their structure, you group them into another tabular column. And like your gas stove, the gas which is present inside the cylinder, the balloons, the air which is present inside the balloons. So these all categorize into another group. So based on this properties, we can divide all the materials into three groups. One are, and that first group is solids. That means the materials which have a very fixed shape. They have a fixed shape and they occupy some space. They'll occupy some space and have a fixed shape. They have a definite volume. That means they are taking a particular space. They contain some space. What the space they are occupying called as volume. So the solids are fixed in shape. They have particular volume and their particles are arranged tightly. I'll show you the arrangement of particles in solids. Like this, the solids are made up of particles. These particles are arranged very tightly. One above the other, the particles are arranged. There is no gap between the particles. The gap between the particle known as interparticular space or intermolecular space. So there is no space between each particle. Tightly the particles are arranged in solids. That's why solids are having a particular shape and they occupy space, particular volume also they are having. So you can categorize all such materials which are present in your room into one column. That all these materials together called as solids. They all are examples for solids. Now when we come to the liquids, they do not have a particular shape. Whatever the container you are taking, the liquids can obtain the shape of the container. If you keep that liquid in a bottle, they attain the shape of the bottle. If we take in a glass, they attain the shape of the glass. So, the liquids are not having a particular shape. They take the shape of the container where they are. And they have a particular volume. They occupy space. Like solids, they are also occupying space. How your body needs some space to stay. You are occupying some space you need. Same way, solids occupying space. Even the liquids occupy space. They need some space. That means they are having fixed volume, but they do not have a particular shape. They take the shape of container and they are flowing. They can flow from one place to another place. Why they are able to flow? Why the solids are unable to move, unable to flow? Because the arrangement of the particles in solids, the particles are arranged very tightly. There is no interparticular spaces. Whereas in liquids, the particles are not tightly packed. They have some spaces between them. So they are having interparticular space or intermolecular space they have. That's why they are flowing. They are able to flow from one concentration or from one area to another area. They are able to move. Now if we see what is there inside this balloon. The balloons are filled with gas. So when you are blowing air into this, then only the balloon bulges out. That means they are having gas inside. Now when you are drinking a soda, the bubbles are coming out from the soda. That means the gas which is present inside the glass is coming out. So can you see that gas? No, we cannot. So the gas particles, the gases can't be seen with us. Can we hold them? No, we cannot. As solids, can you hold? Definitely, we are holding them. Whereas gases, we cannot touch them, we cannot hold them, but we can feel them. So, gases do not have a particular shape, like how solids are having, how liquids are taking the shape of container. But the gases do not have any particular shape, but they have volume. They too occupy some space. They are free to move. Why they are moving so freely? Because they have more intermolecular space. Their particles are having gap in between them. From one particle to the other particle, they are having a lot of space in between them. Because of this, the gases are freely can move anywhere. So this is about today's class, children. You learned about solids, liquids and gases and their properties. And you also able to find out few examples for solids, liquids and gases, and how the particles are arranged in solids, liquids and gases also you learned. And in tomorrow's class, how these solids, liquids and gases interchange their shapes, interchange from one form to the other form, how solids can come into liquid state, how liquids will change into gaseous state. These all we are going to learn in tomorrow's class. So once we'll see what are the questions he has given in this worksheet. So open your volume book and come to page 10 from volume 3, children. So here a tabular column is provided for you the same way how you made in your notebook. In the notebook, as a part of activity, you have gathered or you wrote the names of solids, liquids and gases. But here in this worksheet, he has given you some solids, liquids and gases, the materials, and you need to identify them. So as a part of this, you see this page number 10 and observe the first diagram. That is candle fume. He is not asking you to observe the candle, only the fumes which are coming from the candle. So observe that. Is the shape fixed? The fume's shape is fixed? No. So you can write the place where it is provided. Right there, no. Is the amount of space it occupies fixed? Is it have a particular volume? The amount, the space it is occupying, is it fixed? No. Can it flow? Is it flowing, that fume, candle fume, is it flowing from one place to another place? The particles are moving but not flowing. So is it flowing from higher concentration? It can spread from one corner of your house. When you keep a dhoop stick, from the entrance of your house, you can take the smell of the dhoop stick. That means the particles are moving. So they are able to flow. You can write here, yes. Now come to the next picture. What is it? It's a chalk. So is the chalk piece have a fixed shape? Yes, it has a fixed shape. So write S. Now does it have any volume? Is it taking the space? Yes. Can it flow? No. So like this, for remaining three pictures, you have to identify, does it have any particular shape? Are the particles moving, flowing or not? And does it have any volume? That means amount of space it occupies, is it fixed or not? You need to identify from the tabular column, children. And now come to the second question. List things from the above pictures that are solids. Give reason for your answers. So identify all this and find out what are the solids from this table. So as we did up to second picture, the chalk piece is a solid. Why? Because it is having a fixed shape and taking a particular space. It occupies space and it has a fixed shape. Based on this, we are considering chalk is a solid. In the same way, the plate is also a solid. The cup and saucer is also a solid, but the coffee is not the solid. And the shower is the solid, but the water which is coming from the shower is not solid. So like that, you identify only the solids from the table and write near the second answer. And the third question is, which of the items shown in the pictures above are liquids? Give reasons for your answer. So what are the liquids here? Coffee and the water. Why you are considering they are liquids? Because they are moving, they are flowing from one place to another place. That's why they are liquids. And the last one, which of the items above is similar to air? Give reasons for your answers. Yes, of course, the candle fume is like air because we cannot see the particles, we cannot hold it, we cannot touch it. There is no particular shape. They are not occupying space. That's why it's like a air. So these are the answers you are supposed to write in page number 10, children. And now when we go to page 11, Identify the following things as liquid, solid, or gas. Give reason to your answer. So first one is butter. Is the butter liquid in shape? Is it moving from place to place? No. Does it have shape or not? Yes, it has shape. So butter is a solid. Why you are considering it as solid? Because it has a fixed shape and it is occupying some space. The same way for smoke, for ice cream, and for the juice. Identify these three things, whether they are liquids, or the solids, or the gases. You identify and also write the reason why it is coming under that particular group. And come to the next question. Look at the picture, identify the solid, liquid, and gas, and give your reason. So from one coffee cup only he has given, he is asking you to identify the three states from this. Yes, obviously, you know, the cup is in this solid form because it has particular shape and it is occupying space. And the same way, the coffee inside the cup is in liquid form because it can move from one place to another place and it is taking the container shape. So it is in liquid form. And the fumes which are coming from the coffee belongs to gaseous group because it doesn't have any particular shape and not taking any space. So in that way you need to answer for the second one, children. And the last one, are the fishes solids, liquids or gases? Why do you think so? Fish generally need have some particular shape and also occupying some space, so it comes under solids group. So I think you understood about solids, liquids and gases, their properties and how to divide the things into these three categories. You understood very well, children. So complete page 10 and 11 from volume 3. And in tomorrow's class, we'll discuss how the solids change into liquids, how liquids change into gas. These all we are going to discuss in tomorrow.